Hey everyone, in today's video I'm working on the self-portrait, and this portrait is going to consist of 5 different values, and that is what we'll be focused on today, just the values. Even though, I'm going to be working with color. So we're going to be focused on 5 different values. The extreme dark, so we're talking about the beard, the eyes, the hair, 2 midtones, which, a darker and a lighter one, of course, and then the lights. And on top of the lights, there will also be the highlights, and we'll most likely get to that closer to the end. And as you can see, considering the size of the portrait, I'm working with a fairly large brush in order just to cover these masses, these value shapes, just getting them in there in a very basic way. And I would like to mention that the way that I prepared my canvas was a little differently this time. I gessoed it quite a number of times and sanded it so that the surface is fairly smooth, and this is causing the paint to be a little more slick. The canvas is not holding as much of the paint as I normally work with, which is mainly why I thought that it'd be a good idea if I did multiple layers. So this is just the first painting phase. This is just the first painting. There will be a second painting on top, which will be a little thicker in the substance of the paint, and also will be a little more detailed, as we're just focused on the values in this painting phase. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because I receive a lot of questions from you guys, either on the comments of other videos or through Instagram. And it's great to know where you are. It's good to know what you're struggling with so I can see how I can help. And a lot of times I get questions about painting naturalistic or realistically. And the thing about that is that the more I personally focus on making the thing look realistic, the less I'm achieving that task. It's best if I focus on the things that really help me get to that point, which is just the basic process. It's focusing on the proportions, it's focusing on the values. So I thought I'd make this video just to stress the importance of just focusing on the values, especially since this is one painting that I'll be doing multiple layers, which this first one, like I mentioned, will solely be focused on the values, whereas the future ones will be focused on pushing the color a little bit more and, creating some details while maintaining the basic values that I'm putting down in this painting phase. I also wanted to talk about one more thing. As someone who looks at a lot of painting, I look at a lot of painting from students, and I also look at a lot of painting from very mature and experienced artists. There's something that I always notice with beginner painters, and that's that they tend to exaggerate their contrast. So if something's light, they'll make it as light as possible. If something's dark, they'll make it as dark as possible, and they don't really focus on the subtleties. And the realism, the naturalism is really based in that subtlety. You'll see that the darkest darks are not black and the lightest lights are not white in most of the best naturalistic painters. So this is something that I just thought I would mention. Really focus on the subtleties when you're working on a painting. So this is something that I just wanted to mention to you guys. But as we're approaching the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you for joining me. Please like this video, it really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and feel free to drop any questions or comments below. And also feel free to reach out on Instagram. I'm always active there, so if you have any questions, I'll get to them there as well. So again, thank you for joining me, and until next time.